Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. StratGamer here, providing you with new Anno 1800 content today. And today this will be sort of a short video. I just wanted to show you something before I start messing with this island. In the next video, I'll show you my first full Scholar Island. But in the meantime, here we are in the New World. And this is a very old island. I made it many months ago when Dockland wasn't a thing, for example, and even the Land of Lions wasn't a thing yet. And therefore I wasn't able to move, for example, these oil deposits and a few other things like this. So this is not an optimal island at all. But the reason I'm showing it to you is to show you what I'm gonna do now, and in particular, how do I think when I'm starting a new island? How do I move things around and things like this? So here it is. So the first thing I do when I start a new island is I think about the coasts. I look at where they are. So you can see there's some here, one there, and I think about two things for those coasts. First, I look at where they are in the map, and if I know I need to bring resource in, for example, I'm gonna look at where is that resource coming from. For example, let's say I'm making a new island that's going to make coffee from coffee beans. I may look at where am I producing coffee, right? So if I'm producing coffee, for example, on this one, and I want to bring it to that island, well, I'm going to look at what is the quickest way, right? So I may put a lot of piers here, like I did here. And the second element is I think about what to put as sort of resources on the harbor, right? Because in here it's not that important. In M-Pesa, I feel it's a bit more important. In the New World, you basically have a few choices. It's fish oil factory, pearl farms, and then it's a mix of your piers and depots. That's what's gonna take up this space here, right? So you need to be smart about what you do want to put, and usually, even if I know I won't use it now, but maybe in the future, I just put it there like this, right? And I don't construct it, but those kind of things. Then the next element I will look is where are the resource deposits? What are the resource deposits? So here you can see the clay, a lot of oil fields, and some gold deposits. The gold deposits are the mines, right? Where are they actually? Oh, yeah, two of them. Well, you can click on them to go through them, and the third one is there. Okay. So usually I really like to put a trade union on them so that there's no or very few workforce needed. You could go to 0 if you change this item, because this one is 75, this one is 20, so you're at 95. There is one item that just goes to 100 directly, but I do love those two for the productivity boost, so usually I do use them except if I get to 0 workforce. Then the oil and the clay. So for these, what I do, so the clay, I definitely put them basically usually in a corner where I know I won't be able to do much with it. So maybe, for example, that corner here, I'll probably move them there because I want them out of the way. I don't want them to mess with the rest of my island. And I may also put a trade union to make sure if I use them that they don't need any population. And the oil field is the key one. Similarly, you don't want them in the middle like this, messing your layouts. And also, what is very important is you want to minimize the number of the lengths of your rails. You don't want rails going everywhere because they just take space that you could have used for something else. So you want to limit that. So you want to put the oils close to where you're gonna put your harbor first, right? To limit the length between oil to harbor, and then you also want to minimize harbor to your tractors, right? Your fuel station, sorry. So So for that, basically you need to look a bit at the space, right, and see where are you going to put your tractors, and that means also where are you going to put all of your farms. So here there's no perfect solution, right? I mean, you can a bit trial and error, but for me it seems like this here is the perfect spot for the arbor. So I'm gonna put the arbor here. Then I'm probably gonna put my fuel station somewhere just here, because that way with roads from here you can go there to have a first big block, there to have a second big block, there for a third big block, and it's not far also for a block here. And even if I want to make another, like if I want to make 2 blocks here, one there, it's also not far. So it seems like it would be great to put the arbor there. Again, my fuel station's here, and my oil somewhere in that corner there. So it's not far again. And if I have buildings here anyway, I will need a road. Now, another thing I wanted to show is that in the past, I thought, let's put just the fuel station next to my trade union and then all of the building there, and it will work really well. Well, it does work, but it brings one problem, is that the items that you want to put for your farms are usually these ones. We'll get that into detail in the next episode, which don't really help for that fuel station. Whereas there are some items that do help for this fuel station, so that you can cover more farms with it. So and the second element is, if we look, let's move it, and we need to move it somewhere where we do have a road. So I'll need to rebuild the road. Sorry, let me do that very quickly. Okay, so if you move it far, you see that his range is actually very low. I mean, it's already going over there. So you actually don't need to put them next to it. You can put it a bit further, and that way you can also put another trade union that will now focus on these ones. So in the case of what I'm starting to plan, I'll probably put the trade union here, and I'll put a couple of stations there, and with items in that trade union I will get to 0, and then that will, obviously I'll need to optimize, right, for it to make sure that it reaches, and you can see here it still reaches all of it here. So if I put 2 or 3 of these stations there, then roads, as I said, going that way, going that way, going that way, I should be able to put tractors on all of the farm, because that really is one of the objectives. You want all of your farms to have the tractor for 2 reasons. One is that gives you 0 workforce when they do have the tractor, and the second is the boost of 200% productivity, and the 1 in 3 items produced on top is huge. So here it is, ladies and gents. This wasn't a long video. I just wanted to show you a bit my thinking when I start a new island, and a couple of days, maybe a week, no promises here, we'll see the advancement of this island. And in the meantime, don't hesitate to share any comments, thoughts, feedback. I'd love to hear about it. Okay.